So, I was doing some reading about Scotland recently. I don't know what made me think of them. They used to have a favorite punk band I loved from there called The Exploited. They were fucking crazy. I could never do a Scottish accent. And everyone, I only have the English one. Sucks. But, alright, so let's see. This is an article from metro.co.uk 13 Reasons Why Nobody Should Move to Scotland. So the guy says, I'm a Scot, but that doesn't stop me from casting a critical eye. Here are 13 reasons why nobody should move to Scotland. Well, the first reason he lists is tuition fees. Scottish universities are free to European Union residents, but not English, Welsh, or Northern Irish students. So if you or your kids go to university there, the fees are the same as they are in England. Sitting with all the non-paying students is bound to be annoying. Okay, also, this is advice he's giving to English people, Welsh, or Northern Irish students who, see, to an American point of view, you just kind of think that Scotland, and you think it's all the same country or something, I suppose, but turns out it's not. So, you wouldn't want to go to university there because you have to pay about $12,000. No, probably a little less. You probably have to pay about $5,000. Well, good thing you're not in America, Jack, because here in America you'd probably have to pay about $45,000 to $50,000, which means you wouldn't go at all. Okay, so the second reason. So Scotland beats America, though, right there, which is kind of ironic because a lot of people from Scotland in America would say that America is the best country of all time. That turns out to not be true, though, just based off the first introductory fact. So, second fact, it's crap music. Okay, I'll try not to insult America's shitty, non-existent university policies, though. Alright, so crap music. Scotland may have amazing indie and electronic scenes. You wouldn't expect that from Scotland, right? You'd expect acoustic stuff like I do. But the mainstream is just as dreadful as it is anywhere else. Sometimes worse. For every Biffy Clyro, I don't know who that is, there's a reforming Bay City Rollers. And for every Churches, there's a pub full of folkies banging on about dead fishermen while playing accordion. So this guy just ripped on the folksters that I would like. Ooh. Oh, it stings. Oh, you're so modern, Scotland. You're so fucking modern. You're so fucking cool. Oh God! So anytime you see someone with a folk guitar, you have to knock them out. You don't like them. Oh, we all have to play electronic techno music if we want to be in. Is that it? Fuck you. All right, next. I'm sorry. I'm vulgar. I get aggravated because I love folk music and everyone rips on it. But let's see the next thing. The weather. It's not the rain, it's the lack of sun. This year was particularly bad. The south of England bathed in warm sunshine while everybody north of Gretna had to dress as if they were heading to the North Pole. Why, it's amazing we don't all have rickets. This is just bad comedy. That part was badly written. The roads. School-run mums don't drive 4x4s for status in Scotland. They do it because our potholes are big enough to swallow lesser cars than the odd child. Oh, this is something else that you have in common, I guess, with the United States. We have potholes everywhere because taxes are for Satan. And if you do use taxes, you have to spend them on nuclear bombs and, bombing people in the middle of who knows where, instead of spending them on the roads in your own country. Okay, next part. The sectarianism. It's getting better, but in some parts of Scotland, and around anything involving the Rangers and Celtic football clubs, people are still going on about the whole, Protestant Catholic thing, often through the medium of punching. Oh, so they get violent. Oh, they get violent because they're fighting between Protestants and Catholics. Alright. And sometimes, he says, they prefer to bang big drums when everyone's trying to sleep off a hangover. It's said that in Scotland, you don't have racial divisions you find elsewhere because we're too busy with religious ones instead. Are there really too many non-whites who live in Scotland? I have to ask. I just have a hard time trying to believe it. The life expectancy. Oh, I don't even want to read this one. It's too depressing. I'm sorry, Scots. I'm sorry. That's a shame. The Braveheart thing. And most Scots are friendly and welcoming to all. But there is a small group of Scots who can't get over the whole fucking let's hate the English thing. And it is a small group, but it's also quite a vocal one, especially after a few drinks and an unpopular sporting result. Oh, okay, the distance. Okay, this one, Americans need to get this one. See, I always try to say this, right? In America, we have Kentucky. There's nothing there. right? There's no city really. There's no real big city. I think Louisville has about, what's it got, like 800 people living in it? I don't know. It doesn't have that many, right? But it's got a distance, and everyone wonders, well, how come everyone in Louisville, Kentucky votes differently than they do in New York City? Well, it's because they don't really have an urban center. So Scotland kind of doesn't have an urban center. At least, I don't know, it's not. Well, let's see what he says. So Scotland, he says, is miles away from anything. Headquarters of big firms tend to be in England, which has been urbanized, as do most cultural events. Until the Glasgow was built, the Glasgow Hydro, many rock concerts didn't come beyond Manchester because Scotland didn't have any indoor venues big enough. Wow! That's shocking. That's really, really shocking. I mean, I'm even shocked by that, you know? I am a liberal elitist who thinks to know everything. I'm very shocked by that. So many Scots are all too familiar with traveling halfway around the entire fucking United Kingdom to get their fucking holiday flights. And we're not getting the HS2 railway either. I don't know what that means. Oh god, here's something dreadfully serious. Okay. Nukes. The UK's nuclear arsenal is based just half an hour from Glasgow, and the warheads trundle through the city centre regularly. They are perfectly safe, the mod says, but they can't be moved. Get this part. They can't be moved to England. They gotta stay in Scotland because they're too dangerous. What do you think that means, boys? I think I know what it means. Scotland is England's dumping ground to this day. I'm sorry, I'm just... Alright, Edinburgh. Edinburgh has a reputation for being rather unfriendly, as the saying goes. Edinburghers, I think that's where Exploited came from, the band, greet visitors with the assertion, "You'll have had your tea?" I don't get this, rather than offering anything to eat. And I'll tell you, there's some truth in that. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wait. Okay, here's the final one. This is exactly like it is, too, in our rural states, which are, like, probably mostly populated by, like, Scottish people who moved here. Broadband and 4G. Mention 4G in rural Scotland and you'll get a hollow laugh. When even Glasgow suburbs can struggle to get a mobile signal, the likelihood of finding super fast mobile broadband when you're miles from the cities is pretty much fucking zero. And fixed line broadband ain't much better. When you see that fast broadband is available to 97% of the population of the UK, I suppose. The other 3% is most of Scotland. Is this guy saying that Scotland isn't online? This must be why I never can find videos of people talking in Scottish accents. Again, my sincere apologies. Ciao.